The Houston Rockets have been the worst team in the NBA for 3 straight seasons thus far, and in the midst of all their losing, they've managed to acquire a couple of super high draft picks, which turned out to be Jalen Green and Jabari Smith. You'd expect them to be the guys the Rockets would focus to develop and build around. But there's another young guy who's shown way more potential than either of them. Alperen Şengün. Drafted with the 16th pick by the Oklahoma City Thunder in 2021, but then quickly traded to the Houston Rockets shortly after. This is the guy who can and most likely will be the future of this franchise. Besides him, which players on the team look like they can be future cornerstones too, and which others will be off the team in a few years? How's it going, folks? My name's Andy, and in this video, let's talk about Alperen Şengün and the Houston Rockets, who, despite competing in the playoffs for over a decade, after they traded away Harden, they've went into a full-blown rebuild, and Şengün has surprisingly become a primary piece of it. I mean, just look at this guy. You can tell just from his face, this dude is a killer. Anyway, before we start the video, I gotta give a shout out to my sponsor, Roman. Do you want to have better sex in 2023? I mean, who's going to say no to that? What you might not know is that up to 50% of men have symptoms that get in the way of wanting or enjoying sex. That's where Roman comes in. Whether you want a longer and stronger erection or something to help you last longer in bed, Roman has you covered. Roman swipes are an over-the-counter option that are proven to help you last 4 times longer in bed to maximize the experience for you and your partner. If you're struggling with erectile dysfunction, Roman offers a discreet process from start to finish where you can connect with a licensed medical provider with a touch of a button. No more uncomfortable doctor visits. You complete a secure online visit with your medical history and preferences and all that jazz. Then, your provider will create a personalized treatment plan just for you. You can consult with your Roman provider at any time for free, making it simple to find what works for you. ED medication is safe, effective, FDA approved, and used by millions of men. The best part? You'll get fast-acting results and stronger erections. No need to go to the pharmacy. Roman will mail you your medication with free 2-day shipping. And ED treatments start as low as $3.20 if you use my link ro.co/AndyHoops for 20% off your entire order. I put the link below as well. That's ro.co/AndyHoops for 20% off your order today. So, my first impression of watching the Rockets this season is that every young player on the team seems like they have something to prove. Guys like Jalen Green and Jabari and Kevin Porter, they're always just trying to get their numbers and get their shots up. They take up the bulk of the possessions. This is typical for most young NBA players, especially on a losing team. They're given the green light to do whatever they want, cause, what better way to develop than trial by fire? Well, from what we've seen in their short time in the league, their development hasn't been very smooth. Most of the time, it's their shot selection. They chuck up a lot of shots and they play kinda selfishly. I know young players are usually barred from criticism, but these habits don't go away easily. Of course, things could change over time. On the other hand, Alperen Şengün is probably the only player on the team who isn't selfish. He rarely gets plays ran for him, and he doesn't get nearly as many touches as his peers, but he's still taking full advantage of this opportunity. Apart from his consistently efficient scoring, Şengün has displayed the ability to do much more than that in the short time he's been in the league. Heck, even recently, he became the youngest center in NBA history to record a triple-double, with an amusing stat line of 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. I feel like he fits into a similar mold as a younger Domantas Sabonis. He has a great touch around the rim. He can hit short jumpers, floaters, and is a fiercely dominant rebounder, especially on the offensive glass. Plus, his court vision is quite impressive for a big man. That's one thing that a lot of European big men have in common. Their passing and court vision are already really good right when they come into the NBA. Şengün's low-key efficient scoring contrasts with his teammates, who are more erratic. It's unfortunate that he doesn't get that many touches, but he also benefits from having teammates who play like this. Because of their, let's say, temperamental playstyle, it allows Şengün to position himself in a way to prepare for that. he finds easy opportunities for offensive rebounds, cause he knows his teammates want to take shots and he's gotten used to crashing the glass. In fewer than 27 minutes a night, he averages 3.3 offensive rebounds. He's also the only player in his team's rotation who has a positive impact on the court. According to ESPN's Real Plus-Minus metric, Şengün is at a plus 0.62. Not hugely positive, but considering how horrendous his team is, that's actually quite good. His box plus-minus is also at plus 0.9, way better than Jalen Green's at negative 2.7 or Jabari Smith's at negative 3.9. I know it's too early to judge him right now, but it's a great sign that Şengün is already a net benefit to his team at such a young age. I gotta mention his passing again. Don't let his modest 3 assists per game fool you. He's seriously one of the league's most creative passers. I wouldn't say he's on the same level as, like, Jokic, obviously not. But watching him create a play or find passes that most of the audience can't even see, it's incredible. He just knows where to hit his teammates at the best spots, at the right time, and you need a high level of basketball IQ to do this. However, in my opinion, the most impressive area of his game isn't even his passing either. It's his footwork. For a 20-year-old, his post-game is beyond his years. The floaters, the layups, combined with his smooth touch and smooth movements, he scores like he's a seasoned veteran. Perhaps, maybe we shouldn't be surprised after all. Keep in mind, Şengün was a basketball prodigy back in Turkey. At the age of 18, he was named the MVP of the Turkish Basketball League. Şengün also found success in the FIBA World Cup, where he led Turkey to surprising results. A bronze medal in 2018 for the Under-16 tournament, and a silver in 2019 for the Under-18 tournament. Prior to the 2021 NBA draft, scouts had such high praise for him. He was supposed to be picked in the lottery, but he fell a bit outside of that. Renowned analyst John Hollinger considered him as the most skilled big man of the class, without question. He drew comparisons to many other European big men, Sabonis, Jokic, and Vucevic. They were all mentioned in the scouting reports. Al Jefferson is another name that was mentioned too. With that being said, Şengün doesn't come without weaknesses. While he does have a solid offensive game, it's actually kind of one-dimensional. He doesn't really have an outside game whatsoever. His jump shot, from mid-range to the three-point line, is almost non-existent. Even with his huge arsenal of moves in the paint, he's not as unpredictable as you might think. Not many teams game plan for him, but when they do, he struggles to adapt, which is the main reason why his turnover rate is quite high for the amount of touches he gets. Though this will certainly improve over time with experience. Şengün has a low-key, brash confidence rarely seen from any player of his age. And he certainly does have the mentality and instinct to be the man of a franchise. Of course, I can't complete a video without mentioning defense, and for Şengün, that's been the biggest issue. His lumbering lateral quickness, or should I say lateral slowness, is a huge reason he doesn't see much playing time. I don't think he'll ever be a dominant defender, but hopefully he'll eventually become a passable defender, to the point where he won't get benched. His lagging defense, with a lot of players just blowing by him, it's led to him committing an absurd number of fouls. For his career, he averages 5 fouls per 36 minutes. Like, he can't even play an entire game if he wanted to without fouling out. I've heard people wonder why he doesn't get more minutes. Well, this is why. He can't stay on the floor because of foul trouble. As for the future of the Houston Rockets, it's still up in the air. Everyone is aware that they're equipped with some high-caliber prospects, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of them get traded by the time their rookie contracts expire. Right now, they're basically testing and seeing which of their guys are worth investing in. They obviously can't re-sign everybody. I don't even think Şengün is a surefire cornerstone of the franchise, but he is showing more promise than any other young guy they have. It's a fine line to maneuver. The Rockets have a number 2 and number 3 pick on their roster, who both command a lot of possessions. They also have a bunch of high usage players in general, so Şengün just doesn't get many touches regardless. As a team that's had the worst record for 3 years, there's still no concrete plan for the future yet, but there's a lot of potential here. Heck, for all we know, maybe the franchise player for the Rockets hasn't been drafted yet. From 2023 to 2025, they have 6 first-round picks in 3 years. The guy they're looking for to lead the franchise could very well be selected with one of those picks. This is an organization that's well run from top to bottom. There's a reason why, from 2002 to 2020, they only had 1 season with a losing record. 1 losing record in 18 seasons, that's ridiculous. They are one of the most successful franchises in the NBA. Anyway, that's all folks. Let me know your thoughts on Alperen Şengün and the future of the Houston Rockets. Do you foresee them keeping any other of their current young players as core pieces to build on? Or do you see them giving up on them in the next few years if they don't show progress? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time. Peace.